right. Nice, Tom.
I like him. So for my 24th pick, I had Kenneth Murray going to the Saints. The Saints need another linebacker. The linebacking corps is getting a little old. Kenneth Murray's a great player. He's kind of kept that Oklahoma defense. Didn't make them great. They were obviously still pretty bad, but for a Big 12 defense, he kept that stuff together. 25, got Jeff Gladney, as I mentioned before, another Big 12 type corner. So he was actually one of the better defensive players in the Big 12, and actually I think he makes the transition pretty well into the NFL. Next two picks, I kind of messed up looking back at this after I finished my mock draft. These two tackles are not going this late. They're mid round maybe. They're some of the top two offensive linemen in this draft. I guess I got too involved with the skill players and keep my eyes on them. You got to get the meat and potatoes, as they say. The big guys up front are what makes the team. So I got Jedrick Wills, tackle, going to the Dolphins, and then a 27th pick for the Seahawks. Seahawks always need an offensive lineman, but I don't think they're going to get either one of these guys this late in the first round. So Andrew Thomas goes there. 28th pick, I got Yetur Gross-Matos going to the Ravens. They'll bolster up that defensive line, but that D-line is still good. Tom, I don't want to admit it. I think the Ravens probably have the best roster in the league going into next year.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
got a lot of talent. 29th, Titans pick Zach Bonham from Wisconsin. He was a pain in the ass. That's how you know they're good. It's when you're in that Big Ten championship game. I couldn't fucking stand him. He's a good player. You gotta give it up to him. So I have him going to the Titans at 29. 30th, I got another wide receiver going to the Packers. It seems like every other year they pick up another wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, Brandon Ayuk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then moving down to 31, I had Noah Igbenogany, corner for Auburn. And you like that one? I practiced
that was impressive.
That sounded right.
That was good, Aaron.
Yeah,
sweet mother of pearl.
I got him corner from Auburn going to the Niners, bolster up that secondary. That defense was fantastic last year. I think it's still it's a young defense. It's just gonna keep getting better. That D line is still gonna be stacked, and they're bolstering up that secondary. And then the last pick in the draft, I have DeAndre Swift. Like I said earlier, the best all-around running back I think in this draft. Can do it all. Can block, can run, can catch, whatever you want him to do, he can do it. And I got him going to the Chiefs. So Chiefs are going to be scary too.
So Aaron, if you say he's the best all-around running back, why do you think he's going to go all the way at 32? Do you think that there'd be a chance for him to go way up?
I think that this is one of those drafts where people have a lot of other needs. And I think that as far as running backs, there's a lot of high-quality ones. You'll have DeAndre Swift. You'll have J.K. Dobbins. You'll have Jonathan Taylor. You have a lot of different backs in this draft that can do a lot of different things. And I just think that people are going to be after some different stuff earlier in this first round. I know lately there have been a lot of running backs that have gone early, but I just think that this is going to be one of those drafts where they end up going later. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel this round has been a lot of defensive players for this draft.
Especially too with all the talks about, the Gurley contract, the Zeke contract, the Saquon contract that's going to be coming up. Everyone kind of scrutinizes that. Derrick Henry getting franchise tag. I think they're not going to be so eager to be paying those guys, so it will give them reason to draft them. But I just don't think they'll end up drafting high. I think that position is getting more devalued by the year.
True. All right. So for my 24, I went with Patrick Queen, linebacker for the Saints. I went for Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver for the Vikings. That's probably not going to happen.
About damn time. Let's go, Skyler.
I did it. 26, I went for Jordan Love, QB for the Dolphins. I think he's going to go lower. But I think he'd be a kick-ass pick for the Dolphins.
Agreed.
27, I have Gross Matos or Matos for the Seahawks. The Seahawks defense used to be pretty good. Recent years, I think they've gotten kind of downhill with their pressure. So I think that he'll be able to bring that. 28, I have Kenneth Murray, linebacker for the Ravens. 29, I have Zach Bond. 30, I have Michael Pittman Jr. I think Aaron Rodgers needs some help wide receiver wise. 31, I have T. Higgins, wide receiver for the San Francisco. Their defense is really good. What I saw last year, I think that they need more offensive power. And then 32, I went with Jalen Johnson, cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I like it, Skyman.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, Skyler, one question. Pick number 29, the Titans. Did you have any other influence on that pick? Possibly,
No, I did not.
Screen sharing
I did not.
or
Okay, I'll be totally honest.
Collusion.
I'll be totally honest. The only pick that Aaron told me where I knew that, like, okay, I'm going to put this guy here because Aaron told me it was Isaiah Simmons for the Giants. It was only because Aaron's like, the Giants better get him. You better be rooting for him to get him. And so I put him there.
Agreed.
But everything else, I have no idea how that always happens.
Great minds think alike.
You just think
Let that be on the record. There was collusion for this mock draft.
Only one. Only one.
Alrighty, well, that wraps up our crazy mock draft first round.
On to the second round?
Oh my gosh. Jonathan Taylor.
Did not have the
Wait,
second
am I
round
supposed
filled
to
out
do
yet.
two?
Jonathan Taylor, Bobby Boucher, Peyton Manning.